I'm Cheryl Morales of the Newport News Tourism Office, and welcome to What's New in Newport News virtually. Well, we've got exciting news as tourism is opening its doors now. And we wanted you, the audience, to know all the ins and outs of what is happening with our tourism world. So we have brought back our guest, Rebecca Kleinhempel, she's the Executive Director of the Virginia Living Museum. And new to our show, too, is Ann Miller. She is the Superintendent for Historic Services for our city museums. And they're here to tell us all about it. So thank you very much for being on our show, and I'm sure you are excited as much as I am about your doors being open now.
Hey, so good to be here. Thank you, Cheryl.
It's been about two months now since the last show, and at that time, Virginia wasn't even in a phase yet to reopen, which is amazing, to me. But now with your doors open, walk us through some of the safety measures that you have taken for your guests, and tell us, has your hours changed or anything that we should know?
Oh, great. Absolutely. So 82 days, but who's counting, right? We had to close the front doors. That never stops us here. With animal welfare and care, it's obviously daily. So we always had essential staff here on site. And what we did was obviously regularly keep up with the governor's guidance and reading through the phases and the multiple content areas of those phases, because obviously we have a museum, we have a cafe, we have a retail entity, we have outside play areas. So we have to pay attention to a multitude of discussions and guidelines. So when we closed, we started looking at those things. So now that when we knew we wanted to open as soon as we possibly can. So on the 3rd of June, we opened to our members our outdoor trail opportunity only. Which was a nice soft opportunity, if you will, to welcome those really important members back to us outside only. And then the opening was announced by the governor, the opportunity. So then the next day after that announcement, on Saturday, June 6th, we opened fully to our community, the inside facility, as well as the outdoor trail. So what you see here is what you've seen if you've been in the grocery store or any other essential organization. We start on the sidewalk before you even get into the museum with the social distancing strips and signs for 6 feet distance. Of course, masks are required in the building. We are watching admission. We're at 50% capacity based on guidance. We have acrylic shields at the front desk. We've made a one-way pathway throughout the museum so that the directional changing of people is not a challenge. We have put off limits all the very high-touch opportunities. We have put a multitude of signage. We have instituted additional hand sanitizers. That's something we do regularly, as there's a lot of touchable opportunities here at the museum. And of course, we want to keep all of our guests, all of our staff, all of our volunteers, as well as all of our animals as safe as possible every day. So we regularly have sanitizing stations as part of being an accredited animal welfare facility. So all one way, and then out on the boardwalk trail through the woods, that's also one way. And you come back and actually exit the museum through our gardens out into the parking lot. So then if you want to come back into the museum, you enter again one way through the front door. So our staff, I have to give credit. They jumped on the opportunity to get people in the door. There's nothing worse than a quiet museum floor. So we're really proud to have opened first and fast.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know, as a friendly reminder to, wear your mask, your statue of the boy right in front of the museum has also protected himself, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's our welcome symbol. We affectionately call him Ruddy. He's our bronze boy, and he welcomes the number of folks that get their photo taken with him is amazing. Families stop and they assume the pose with hands in the air.
Very good. Love to see it. It is fun. And Anne, welcome to Newport News, first of all. You just started working for Historic Services in February, just at the beginning pretty much of this COVID-19 issue that we're doing. So I guess you could say the new normal for you is really the regular, normal in a sense. Yeah. Tell us about, first of all, for our audience, tell us what museums in the city fall under Historic Services. And then has anything changed with regards to hours or anything we should know about?
Sure. Historic Services includes museums and historic sites. So we have the Virginia War Museum, Lee Hall Mansion, Enview Plantation, Warwick County Courthouse, and we have all the archaeological sites in the city, such as Warwick Town, and then the mills. We have brought our hours back quite a bit for the War Museum, and we have limited our hours as well for the historic houses. So we're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 4. We have also really done some of those things that Rebecca talked about, the enhanced cleaning procedures, the plexiglass barriers, lots of hand sanitizer, and of course masks are required, especially at the historic houses, because those are guided tours and we're in pretty small rooms, so there's not a lot of space for social distancing. We have instituted some capacity limits as well. So we're limiting our guided tours to 4 guests and our museum visitors to 40 at a time.
So basically, within this time period that we're in, not much has changed when you think about it. The only thing is just a little social distancing, a little bit more, and wearing your proper preventive, measures for the masks and stuff. And, what better time to go out and explore Newport News and visit you guys' museums is right now, when you have more of a one-on-one experience. So I hope people take advantage of that. I really do. But I do know that when we were closed, Rebecca, you really didn't just stand still. Y'all were very busy doing a lot of virtual events that were successful. So recap what happened during that closure time.
Oh, gosh, thank you. Almost hard to remember back to that day. Interestingly enough, Cheryl, the leadership team here at the museum was on retreat on Friday, the 13th of March. And literally during our retreat and discussions during the day, we were all looking at our cell phone to see updates and see what was happening in our community. And we decided there as a team that we would close effective the next day, March 14, a Saturday. And at that moment, our staff just kind of looked around at each other and said, okay, how are we going to handle this? We deliver education. It's our mission. It's our job. It's what the community wants. It's fun, engaging education. How are we going to do that now? So we jumped onto the opportunity. We have a tremendous Facebook following of over 35,000, closing in on 40,000 now. So how do you capitalize on that opportunity? Our education team, our marketing team, and our animal welfare team just jumped together and said, oh, that's easy. We're going to Facebook Live. So we immediately started with our natural education series, which was a combination of Facebook Live streaming in the exhibits at the museum with animals through feedings, talking about habitats and natural behaviors. It was a great question and answer opportunity for the community to just engage directly with that subject matter expert. We also offered some social media, so the Instagram and other opportunities of just putting out a quick snippet, if you will, of education and programming. And that's carried through. That's now all available on our website. And, really, it kind of just didn't really have much of a blip for us. So now that we're open, we're not doing as much of that live streaming, but we're turning into different opportunities. So virtual adventures, those are activities that our educators are presenting, where you engage from your home in either an animal activity or a science activity. And also, Cheryl, we are doing what's called virtual messaging. So if you are thinking of that loved one who might be across the country that you haven't seen for a while, maybe they're in the next town, you haven't seen them for a while, and they have a special occasion, why not send them something really different and connect them with an animal at the museum? We will take your requests, so you can select through a listing of animals, and you can personalize your message.
Hi, Sarah and Stephen. This is Michelle here at the Virginia Living Museum, and I am here with one of our box turtles.
It can be humorous, it can be serious, or it can be whatever you'd like it to be. Our educators have really jumped into channeling this to your specific need.
Hi, Lear and Alice here from the Virginia Living Museum. Your husband Brandon reached out to us and said that he wanted to wish you a happy first Mother's Day from himself as well as your son Theodore. Brandon said that it's been so exciting to see you be a mom and he can't wait to parent with you. Theodore, I'm sure, is
And so it's a birthday card virtually, in a sense, or an anniversary card or something of that nature. And money is actually going to benefit the animals.
Yeah, thank you for that. It is. It's like sending a virtual card or present, and it helps us in the care that we've got every day as an accredited facility. Obviously, our first and foremost is the welfare of the animals in human care, and how we can best serve them now when we have a reduced ability to bring in the admissions that would otherwise pay for that.
And as well, during the time that the historic services, the museums were closed, you guys were very busy too, taking advantage of this time. And tell the audience what was going on at our museums.
Absolutely. We were very busy. We never stopped working. We switched to telework. And even though we don't have living collections, we do have collections that need ongoing care. So we did have staff who came in to make sure that the buildings were safe, that the collections were safe. And then we had some projects that we worked on from home. One of the great projects that I'm really happy with is one that was already underway to add new exterior signage to the grounds at Plantation. And the timing for that is perfect because it really allows visitors to have a little bit more of a self-guided experience. Additionally, we had some staff who were from another division of the city, from the recreation centers, who were not able to work. And they came over after we were able to open to staff and helped us to process archaeological artifacts. We have a lot of artifacts that have been dug up from the ground, but they haven't been washed or cataloged or photographed. And they got through thousands of artifacts. So that was a great opportunity for us.
Was that, for example, over at Warwicktown, Ann? Was that some of the artifacts that you were working on?
No, Warwicktown was excavated by a contract company.
Okay.
So we received those artifacts already processed, but we have artifacts from the mills and from other locations in the city.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you also did some digital programming as well.
Absolutely, we did. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hold our usual Civil War or World War II summer camps this year. So we wanted to take the opportunity to reach out to our regular campers and to new guests and potential visitors with some short videos that tell them about what happens at camp, share information about the Civil War, and give them some activities that they can do from home. So we filmed some segments outside with demonstrations by reenactors, and we have some segments that were filmed in the historic houses.
Well, Rebecca, what's going to be happening with camps for kids this year, where we are a little different in all? Are you going to be able to do some in-person camps, or are they all going to be virtual, or what's going to be happening?
Yes, actually, we will be doing both of those things. We have in-person camps scheduled right now, and they begin toward the end of July. So we segment those to pre-K half days, K and first grade a full or half day, second and third grade full or half day, and fourth and fifth grade full day camp. So the difference will be obviously in the social distancing needs. We're keeping the camp group size small so that as a parent, you will know that your child is with one continuous group. As well as the in-person, we'll be doing virtual. We talked about the adventures we were doing. We talked about the videos, but we're also doing what would typically be our outreach, our Mother Nature's Roadshow, which goes out into our community libraries and daycare centers. That's now a virtual opportunity as well. So that if you are one of those groups who connected with us regularly with us live at your facility, you can now do that virtually as well.
And that's all on your website. Is that right? Is that how you would get it?
All available, thevlm.org, thevlm.org.
Fantastic. And Anne, although you did mention that the World War II camp and the Civil War camps aren't going to be held this year, which is sad, I know, because my son went through those camps and lots of great memories. But Virginia War Museum is offering another type of camp. Can you tell the audience more about that?
That's right. We are going to be having war games camps this summer. And so those will be limited to groups of 12. And the kids will get a strategic situation that they have to work through each week, and they'll be divided into 2 teams. So they will really just be with a group of 5 other kids, and they'll have a camp counselor with them, and they have different themes each week, which range from Star Wars to World War II. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, fantastic. Explain the camp itself, though. It's like a diorama, isn't it?
It is. It's kind of like a tabletop game where there are pieces that move and different scenarios that unfold.
There you go. That's what I thought it was. Well, fun. That's great. And I'm excited for our kids locally that they'll be able to do some things, which is great. Anything else that we possibly didn't cover in today's show?
Cheryl, we have our changing exhibit gallery now open. That just opened 2 days ago. It's our Tiny Titans, Dinosaur Eggs and Babies exhibition that is now open to the public as part of your admission here at the museum. So that was our spring exhibit that of course closed with the museum, but we've held that over through the summer to offer our families the opportunity to really see some of the history, amazing nest sites, and education about how these incredibly fabulous creatures came to life. Conversations about recent discoveries of similar dinosaur eggs made in China just past year. So hoping folks come in and again connect with us on the dinosaur realm.
You know, they all love the dinosaurs. So I'm so glad you were able to extend that and to keep it. That's great. Looking forward to seeing that. How about you, Anne? Anything that we might have forgotten?
Yeah, we are going to be launching new social media in the next few weeks. So around the middle of July, you can expect to see a new Facebook page for Newport News historic sites that will include everything for Endview Plantation, Lee Hall Mansion, Lee Hall Depot, and Warwick County Courthouse, as well as the archaeological services that we provide for the city. So you'll have one place to go for all that information.
Oh, I'll keep my eyes out for that. Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you both very much for being with us today and telling us all we need to know with regards to your museums, and looking forward to seeing you very soon.
Thanks so much, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity, Cheryl.
As of the date of this taping of the show, I just wanted you to know that the Mariners Museum is still currently closed, but they will be opening very soon with Phase 3. We do have the U.S. Army Transportation Museum and the Peninsula Fine Arts Center that just opened. And don't forget about our parks, because all the trails and green spaces are open. Restrooms at the Newport News Park can be used at the Newport News Visitor Center from 9 to 5 daily, and also at the campsite office from 7 to 9 daily. Huntington Beach is open, and as well as their restrooms. So as you know, things do change daily. So it's always advisable to check out their websites or even give them a call ahead of time. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. Keep watching, because we'll be updating as each individual museum and tourism industry opens during these phases. And I want to thank you for watching as well. Have fun with your excursions around Newport News. See you soon.